You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrans for Black and White Sports. Let's talk about Chael Sonnen, who, of course, was a UFC fighter forever. He's got a career record of 29-15-1. And, of course, he's involved in a lot of publicity, commentating, giving his MMA opinions. Well, it seems he's decided to cross over into prize fighting. As we know, later this month, September 28th, for the first time in years, and I mean a lot of years, I used to get a lot of WWE and UFC pay-per-views. Back in the Randy Couture, Rampage, Iceman days, all those kind of guys. Man, for probably 5 years in a row, I got every UFC pay-per-view. Or a buddy of mine would have gotten it. And usually we alternated months. But the point is, on November 28th, I will get the first pay-per-view I have gotten in probably a decade. And it's going to be this Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones fight. I'm a huge Roy Jones fan. And actually, I'm a pretty big Mike Tyson fan, if you want to know the truth. And I'm just glad to see these two guys climbing back in the ring. Look, I know they're older, but look, 51 versus 54 in age, let them fight. If they want to fight, let them fight. Well, Chael Sonnen has come out, and Chael is not shy. He will come out, and he makes a lot of comments. Sometimes they're controversial. And he has made some comments in regards to Iron Mike Tyson. Yikes. I'm not sure that's the guy I would pick to make comments about, but okay. Chael Sonnen believes Mike Tyson will be juicing ahead of his eagerly anticipated comeback fight against Roy Jones. This is from lowkickmma.com. Of course, Mike has posted a lot of really insane, almost scary-looking training videos where Mike Tyson looks like he is tuned in, like he is got that crazed look in his eye again that we remember Mike having in the 80s and very early 90s before Buster Douglas. Well, Tyson revealed in an interview recently with a guy named Jeff Novitzky that during his prime, he went to extreme methods to pass drug tests, okay? And he goes on to say, "It was awesome, man," Tyson said of the Whizzinator. We all remember the Whizzinator. There was some Minnesota Vikings player in the NFL that famously used the Whizzinator to pass drug tests. It's got the fake penis. Yikes. Quote, I put my baby's urine in it. And sometimes, one time I was using my wife's, and my wife was like, "Baby, you better not. That comes back as pregnant or something." And I said, "Nah, so we ain't going to use yours anymore. We're going to use the kids." Because I got scared that my piss might come back as pregnant. Well, Chael Sonnen took to his YouTube channel. Hell, I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Go subscribe. The American Gangster then suggested Iron Mike has always used performance-enhancing drugs and will once again be using them November 28th in the exhibition bout opposite Roy Jones Jr. Look, exhibition? If this is an exhibition, this is an exhibition in the way that Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago was an exhibition in Rocky IV. Does anybody remember how that turned out? Throw the towel! Throw the damn towel! Quote, it's very hard to come clean. And in many ways, this Tyson attempt is an attempt to come clean, Sonnen said. Quote, not only was Tyson using performance enhancers, he's using performance enhancers right now. He will go into the Roy Jones fight on performance enhancers right now. As, quote, John Jones used to pull this one. He was using cocaine, but he sweared he never used PEDs, and then he would fail multiple PED tests But guys, the logic just isn't there. So you're trying to tell us you're willing to do a drug that could alter your state, mind, overdose, kill you, for sure, make you lose your license, could imprison you. But you weren't willing to use something else that would help you? They're both against the rules. One is not even illegal by law. And that came from Essentially Sports on some of those quotes. So what do we think about that? Chael Sonnen decided to make the leap that if Iron Mike was trying to cover up his marijuana use, that Iron Mike must be on performance-enhancing drugs. Now, I got to be real with you here. I really don't give a shit what Mike Tyson's taking. I really don't. Would it be any stretch if Mike Tyson and Roy Jones was on HGH? Have you seen them? I mean, look, it's always been my belief that had it not been for baseball, I was powerlifting back when the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa thing came about with the Andro and all the HGH and Barry Bonds. And HGH was steamrolling at the time to by now becoming a commonplace in society. And guys like me and you would be using HGH, okay, because it was considered or was going to be considered the Captain America drug in a lot of ways. And then all the negative attention was shined on HGH from Barry Bonds, baseball, and that whole scandal that came about. Everybody remember the Mitchell report? Well, that got everybody scared off of it. And, of course, they supposedly cleaned up baseball, even though I still think guys are taking it. Has anybody noticed how wildly less interesting that baseball is since the sport's been cleaned up? Because I come to realize something. My entire baseball fandom was during a time when guys were juiced. I mean, literally from like 85 to like 2010. And I was like, I don't know any different as a baseball fan. And, of course, there's some other things I don't like about the game. But the point is, if Mike Tyson's taking PEDs, does that make you want to watch this fight any less? After all these years, does that make you want to miss Roy Jones taking on Mike Tyson? I don't give a rat's ass. I don't. And I like Chael Sonnen because he's outspoken and he'll say what he thinks, and hell, he may be right. I just don't give a damn, okay? If Mike and Roy Jones, either one, wants to do PEDs to get back in the ring and fight as gladiators, let them do it. Maybe that's a controversial take. I just don't care. It doesn't bother me. Maybe it's because I was involved in weightlifting. Look, we were taking Andro, by the boatload when we were lifting back in the day. And it was legal. It's not legal now. You can't take Andro. I wouldn't even know where to get Andro now. But you get the point, okay? Things change. Laws evolve. All that Andro stuff that Mark McGuire and all those guys were on, it got outlawed because of them. We were all taking it. Every guy in the gym was taking Andro. I was taking a bottle that had 6 different kinds of Andro in it. Okay? And it was just common. It was just common. So maybe I look at it differently. I don't care. If you want to put it in your body, do it. Do it. I really don't give a damn. So that's your business. That is your business. Now, look, if he passes a drug test and gets through the drug test, then how are we to come out and say, look, what John Jones does, and I'm a big John Bones Jones fan, what John Jones does has nothing to do with Mike Tyson whatsoever. Does what Mike Tyson and John Jones is what they do have anything to do with each other at all? Let these two guys get in the ring and fight. I just don't care. If he is taking PEDs, I got to be honest. If I came on here and said, I'm outraged, I'm not. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. So, tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. By the way, as much as I like Roy Jones Jr., I'm taking Mike Tyson in this fight. Peace, I'm out by knockout. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.